Hi guys, how are you doing? So I want to talk about my thing is making weird noises here. There we go. I want to talk about how people with neurodivergence, ADHD, ADHD, autism are like 10 times more psychic than regular people, and I want to say why. I really just feel like people with neurodivergence operate at a different frequency, different mental level than neurotypicals in the way that we perceive energy. We even can see things that other people can't see, like you see things out the corner of your eye. And sometimes people can actually see spirits like with their physical eyes. But that is pretty rare. And if you went to a doctor, they would tell you that you were schizophrenic or whatever mental illness they could make up for you on the spot about that. But it's because your brain operates at a different level, a different frequency. And this makes you really talented for anything psychic, like remote viewing, especially remote viewing, because your mind pretty much, like, you know how your mind can make things up and you can see like the worst case scenario of something unfolding, or you have these intrusive thoughts of things just happening and they're so vivid and they're so clear. That shit is a superpower. When harnessed into something more helpful. If you can get into a guided meditation and you see the beach and you see it clear, like you would if your eyes were open in your mind's eye, you will be so gifted at things like remote viewing, quantum shifting, things like that, magic in general, because that does take a certain amount of visualization, a certain amount of feeling. That's another thing with people who are neurodivergent, especially autism and ADHD, we feel things to an insane degree sometimes, like especially like anger, if we have a lot of pent-up frustration that can be used for magic. You can harness that into rituals and spells very easily. And I'm not trying to diminish the suffering of somebody with ADHD and autism. That is absolutely valid. And I kind of hate when people were like, it's a superpower. It is, but not in this society. It can be difficult in this current society that we live in. If it was different and, we had more options to us, then absolutely it would be less frustrating. However, the way things are, but you don't really want to get stuck in the mindset of I'm neurospicy, so I can't do this and I can't do that. Because we are not victims. We play this matrix, we play this game to fucking win. Either way, like we don't make excuses for for anything. Like we don't have to. We just have to go easy on ourselves, and not expect to operate like a neurotypical person because we are not a neurotypical person. And one is not better than the other. They are just very different. We kind of have to learn to move through the world with flow, the flow of our own minds, and focus that energy not on the things that we don't want to happen, but the things that we do want to happen, you know? If you can have this hour long visual in your mind of all of the things that you don't want to happen or all of your worries so clearly in your mind, then you can have the visualization of what you do want in your mind for an hour. Do you have any idea how that would change your fucking life? How it would change your state of being and your manifestation and your magic and your happiness and your joy and your pleasure in life if you could just catch yourself falling into that trap of I'm here imagining all of the things that I don't want to go wrong. I'm going to stop doing that now, and I'm going to think of all the things that are going right. And I'm going to feel and see all of the things that I want to happen instead. And when you start doing this, you're sending a message to the universe about what you want to happen. You are manifesting all of the time, all of the time. You're focusing on exactly what you want instead of what you don't want. You're programming the universal code to give you what you want. And if you're here thinking, "Oh, I can't stop these thoughts. They come into my mind and they don't stop and they're out of control." Well, I made an entire course, a bunch of workshops in Glow Up Grimoire to show you easy and effective ways to get rid of this because a lot of that is trapped energy. It's negative energy, implants, parasites, energy, just energy distortions in your space that are causing that. It's not even you, especially if you're neurodivergent, even if it's not parasites or implants, it's the people around you. You're telepathic. You're empathic. You are feeling other people's shit. You are hearing other people's thoughts and mistaking them for your own. And I'm not saying that, oh, it's not you, it's them. Oh, sometimes that is the case. Sometimes it's not you. It's you to the degree where you're receiving this stuff, but it could be somebody else outside of you that is the actual blockage. And if you have a parasite, like I've seen the hag, for example, she is a parasite who will come and feed off of negative thoughts, negative feelings, depression, anxiety, and there'll be kind of a feedback loop. Like she doesn't cause it per se, but she amplifies it and feeds off of it. So that's one parasite that can really be bothersome for neurodivergent people, especially. But we have the ability to see the grids of the universe, to hop from one to the other, to feed off these grids, to eliminate these parasites, to remove chakra implants, to free ourselves from the negativity of nasty coworkers or people at the grocery store. Like we have the power to do this. And we have the power to do this right now and live healthy in your mind, healthy in your body, and call in what it is that you want in this life, which you know as a neurodivergent person, you've seen through it your entire fucking life. You're like, why do people care about this? This is stupid. You can see through the bullshit. You know exactly what's going on. It doesn't mean you don't want to play this game because you do. You don't want to be broke all the time, be struggling with overthinking, be trying so hard to get somewhere and get stuck constantly. You want to have love in your life. You want to have a money that stays. And that is why I created Glow Up Grimoire because it's the stuff that I cleaned out. I came from a really negative background. I was raised in a Christian cult. I was brainwashed until I left home. Like it was nonstop. And they sent me to a Christian school. I was homeschooled too. And basically taught that women are to be slaves in their home, to bear children. Like, and I'm a businesswoman. I mean, I have children and I love them very much. But for somebody who just isn't designed for that kind of life, it was hell. So I lived in guilt and fear. I married somebody who was really abusive, and I was just in and out of really bad relationships most of my adult life. I put up with so much shit because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. I put up with so much shit because I didn't even know who the fuck I was, like deep down inside. And that's where I've come from. I've come from a place where it's like rock bottom. And I don't think that's where you are now, but I'm telling you, like the steps to get to where you want to be are in Glow Up Grimoire. And if you don't think that you can do it, if you don't think you have the abilities to do some of the workings in Glow Up Grimoire, you absolutely do. Can you do um guided meditations? Can you imagine the wind on your face? Can you see a beach? Like in your mind, you can do this. You can do all of this. It comes naturally to you. Like there's nothing stopping you. But that's enough of that. So I will leave the link in the bio and let me know if any of this resonates with you as um, an ADHD, ADHD, or autistic person in the way of can you see things vividly in your mind? And if you can, yeah, let me know in the comments and we'll chat. All right. Thanks, guys. I will see you later. Bye.